Hi everybody, I'm Jill. I'm your inner healing coach, and today I'm going to go live and talk about more domestic violence awareness. There's some topics that really need to be covered. I'm going to be utilizing my vibration plate, so I'm going to hop on it for the next 20 minutes. I'm going to start, you'll see, I'll start at level 1. This is Sammy, everybody. Okay, so why do I want to talk about domestic violence? I just hope that this video gets spread far and wide because we need to talk about this topic. We need to talk about what pop culture calls flying monkeys, but it's really serious. We want to talk about the pain that women who are being abused feel when everybody sides with the abuser because he's so charming, he's so kind, he's so wonderful. He would never mistreat his wife. His children are always dressed right. They always look so prim and proper. We want to talk about the reality of what's really going on. Let me turn this down a little bit more. We want to talk about what's really going on, and I am thankful for this vibration plate today because I need to regulate myself after some conversations that I'm having with clients and with others. And I think this is just such an important topic that isn't talked about enough, or how incredibly hard it is for women after they leave their abuser and nobody believes them. They finally get the courage up to tell you they've been abused and you don't believe them, because the person that they told you that is abusing them, whether it's emotionally, financially, spiritually, physically, or sexually, and especially when it's emotional, because they have no bruises, you don't believe them. But what you don't understand is that what happens inside of their mind and their body is worse than if they were hit, because when they are hit, the bruise disappears, the pain disappears, but mental and emotional abuse doesn't disappear. It takes years. That's why I do the inner healing work that I do with clients, because it takes years to heal from that mentality, from being broken down from a confident woman, from a smart woman, because most guys that end up abusing women sadly go for women who are incredibly intelligent, amazing women, because they want something that she has and then he beats it out of her emotionally and spiritually and financially, and he breaks her down till she doesn't believe it anymore. Do you know that there are lawyers and doctors, female lawyers and doctors right now, because it's 1 in 3 women are being abused. And right now they're suffering. And because of their job and how important their job is, they're afraid to tell anybody what's going on at home because they don't want to be embarrassed. How could a smart woman like me get with a man like that? Because the men wear a mask to hide who they really are. I pray this reaches far and wide today so that people can hear this message. It is so important that you believe somebody when they finally feel brave enough to tell you what's really going on. And then ask them, how can I support you? Because it's scary as all get out to tell you, their friend, their family, what they've been dealing with, especially if it isn't physical abuse, when it's financial abuse, when it's spiritual abuse, when it's mental abuse, when they're gaslit and they're told that they're crazy. That didn't happen. What you heard is not what I said, but you know it's what they said. You know with all that you are. I wish I had a recorder because I know what you said to me last night. I know what you said to me the other day, but I was afraid to say something to you. And when I finally felt brave enough to say something to you, you gaslit me and told me that if I did get hurt, it was my fault. So we need to honor those who go through these things. Remember the statistics. I'm going to repeat them all the time. It's 1 in 3 women. 1 in 3 of your friends right now are being abused, whether it's financially, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually. There is 1 in 3 women. So every place that you go, 1 in 3 women. That means that we have to stop believing the abuser, who is so charismatic, is so kind, is so charming, is so friendly, is so successful, that he couldn't possibly be doing that to his wife, to his girlfriend. It's happening every day. Every single day. Read the statistics that I'm sharing. Go onto my website and look at what I've shared. Read my ebooks and learn about From Deceit Unmasked. Learn about sociopaths and psychopaths and narcissists. You don't have to become a narcissist whisperer. You don't need to know all the facts. You need to understand their power play. Read my blog. Read all the blog posts that I've written. There's like 75 of them about all of this topic, all different topics for women, for them to understand in the Christian world, in the dating world, and in your own life what it looks like and why they target certain women, because I have studied underneath of some of the CIA agents and psychologists of exactly what's the personality type that they actually go after. And we need to communicate the reality and the truth of it. And we need to stop putting it as, oh, that's just domestic violence. That doesn't matter. Really? With all the women who are killed and children who are killed by an intimate partner every single day and every single year, we should ignore it. It's the least supported in our country. Nobody cares. Nobody's talking about it. You won't see anything on the news about it this month. If it's not for people like me talking about it, it would go undiscussed. Nobody cares. It's a topic that people want to push underneath the rug. And I'm asking you to hear what I am saying to you today. And why am I on a vibration plate? Why do I come here and talk about it? Because this is a great way to heal after abuse. It's a great way to regulate your nervous system. Just standing on it or sitting on it is so incredibly healing. Healing. Why? Because it helps regulate the nervous system. It helps get rid of anxiety and depression. It helps oxygenate all of your cells. It helps to boost muscles. It helps to bring down cortisol. It helps you to feel good inside. And I'm just on level 1 with my feet in the center. When I take them out just a little bit, you can see how it starts to vibrate. And it helps the core get stronger, build muscle. The more muscle you have, the more cortisol drops, the more collagen rises in the body. But what else happens? That excess fluff that we don't want on our body goes away. That's a powerful thing to be able to do that for 10 minutes just being on here. But who that is going through their inner healing journey doesn't want to feel more relaxed, more centered, more grounded, more hopeful, more safe inside of their body? We're dealing with the most depression and anxiety, the two number one reasons people go to their doctors. And they want a script to feel better. Sure, it's easy to take a pill, but a pill isn't always the answer. It's within us that's the answer. And what I teach and what I preach every single day is that God says that we can renew our mind and we can renew our bodies because He's the great physician. I go live coloring every day. I have it on my YouTube channel where I do 30 affirmations every single day. And I share somatic things and I share tools and I share resources and I share truths about renewing your mind. I share why it's so important after abuse, after trauma, after divorce, after loss, that it's so important to renew our mind. And it's not because I said so, it's because God says so. Now, if I take my feet all the way out, this is as if I went for a run and I'm on level 1 and this is vibrating me. My normal is level 5 and I do it 10 minutes every day, and I use this at the end of the day to decompress and de-stress my body by sitting on it. Crisscross applesauce, I've shown it before. I'll show it again today. I will go down and sit down on it before I switch to the next cycle because it's 10 minutes each cycle. It is vitally important if you want to balance your hormones, decompress stress. It is vitally important if you want to lose that excess fluff on your body. You got to lower the cortisol. And when you use a vibration plate in your healing journey, what happens is it helps the body to regulate the nervous system. And when the nervous system is regulated, the excess, I'm going to call it fluff because I don't know if I'm allowed to say the other word. The excess fluff drops. If you are on here and you are watching, just send some love, share this out, share this with somebody. Somebody needs to hear this message. 1 in 3 women are dealing with domestic abuse. 1 in 3 women need to know they matter. Need to know they're seen and they're heard and they're not going to be judged for what they're going to tell you. So when they finally feel safe to open up their mouth, what do you need to do? What do we all need to do? Listen, trust them and believe them. And then ask, how can I support you? How do we get you safe? Because it's not safe when you're in mental abuse. You're not safe when you're in financial abuse. So many women, if you read my blog post from 2 days ago, or yesterday maybe, I think it was, if you read that, why she stays and why she leaves. Financial abuse is one of the hardest things to escape. And especially the cycle of abuse that comes from being financially abused. And we as women need to support each other. We as women, can you guys like tap on this screen if you are watching for me, please? And I know when it goes up on my YouTube channel, it makes no sense. I'll try and maybe cut this part out, but I want you to hear what I'm saying. Women need to support each other. We need to get involved in our communities. Our crisis centers aren't really great. And if you've never been in one, then you don't understand what I'm saying. Most crisis centers have a good intention, but it's not great. And women don't want to go to them, so they won't leave when they are in financial abuse because they have nowhere to go. And there's not enough beds in crisis centers. And there's not enough help in crisis centers. And crisis centers aren't trauma informed. There's very few that are trauma informed. There's very few that know how to really help. And every woman, no matter how financially stable she is with her job, when she's been emotionally abused, she doesn't believe she can make it on her own and that no one will love her again. I've written dating guides, redeeming your love for older women, 30 and up, and I've wrote one for young girls. We have to reach our daughters, ladies. Read this ebook with your daughters. It's for girls 13 to 25. Read it with your daughters. They need to know, if anything, my pain to purpose, if you will help me reach young women, then it was all worth it. I've wrote an ebook that's called Deceit Unmasked. Read it with your daughters. Teach them what it looks like, what they say, how they manipulate, how they want to control, why they come after such beautiful, minded souls. Share it with your daughters and read it with them. Read with them and help them to learn. Help them to understand. Help them to understand how valuable they are. Say it with me right now if you're watching. I'm enough. I am worthy. I am important. I am lovable. I am chosen. I am forgiven. I am a child of God. I am beautiful. I am peaceful. I am calm. I am worthy. I am enough. I'm important. I'm lovable. Say them with your daughters. Say them to yourself every day in the mirror. High five yourself in the mirror and say, you made it. You're worth it when you wake up in the morning. I'm going to have a great day. Speak these truths over your life and enjoy and embrace how important and how much you matter. Because somebody in your life wanted you to believe that you didn't matter. But I'm here to tell you, you do matter. Everything, every facet about you matters. Not the person who abused you. You don't have to think about them anymore. You don't have to question why. Why? Because they're depraved. Why? Because they're a narcissist. Why? Because they don't love themselves. They don't love themselves. They love themselves more than they love you. But they're so insecure they have to beat you down. But we don't have to focus on them. When we come out, when we're finally free, I don't think about my ex. I don't give him a thought. You know what I think about? Where I'm headed, what I'm doing, what I'm going to do, how important I am. That my work matters. And it doesn't matter who sees it. It doesn't matter who I touch. If it's one woman today sees this, silently sits there, doesn't comment, but just watches me today. And then there's one of you that decides to share it because you heard the statistics and you said, I want to help somebody else. I want to be the hand that reaches forward and reaches back to pull somebody with me out. And my pain has purpose. And I believe in my purpose. I believe in the calling. I believe in the work that I do. Why? Because I know what it feels like to be on the other side of the screen and a video pops up and all of a sudden you're like, that is what's been wrong in my marriage for 20 years. I never felt loved. I never felt cherished. I never felt important. I lost my voice. I got pushed over the edge. I wasn't myself anymore. I know what that feels like. And I'm telling you, you don't have to live like that anymore. And it's a beautiful place to step into, is the goodness of God, our identity, walk in our agency, walk in our autonomy. Now I'm going to go back on this vibration plate and I'm going to do the level 1. Again, I'm going to do crisscross applesauce and show you how to use this for yourself when you can't. Maybe you can't stand on it. Maybe you're not healthy enough to stand on it. You can sit on it. You can put your feet on it from the back. You can sit in a chair and put your feet on it. Sit in a stool, put your feet on it, and you'll still get the benefits of lymphatic drainage, which is so important. Why? Because lymphatic drainage helps get all the toxins that are stored in our muscles and our fluff out. And our body doesn't drain itself. Our lymphatic fluid doesn't drain itself if we don't move. So in our inner healing journey, in our wanting to heal after trauma, you want to be on a vibration plate at least 4 days a week. So you sit crisscross applesauce. You put your bum on it and you just let the machine do its work. And that's it. Kids come home from school. They're stressed, they're wired. You have kids who have watched you be abused and the trauma affects them from it. There are effects on the children. They have to heal from it. And this is a part of a way to release all of the things that they saw. The stories I have heard from working with hundreds of women over the last 3 years is unbelievable. What their children have seen, what their children have endured. And women stay for their children because they don't want to break up a family. I did it. But when you stay, you lose yourself more and they lose their mother more. And half the time they don't understand what's actually happening to you because dad hides the abuse from the children. And if it's mental abuse, they don't feel it because he's not abusing them, he's abusing you. But through abusing you, he is abusing them. And that's enough to not stay. And we have this cognitive dissonance. Well, he's so incredible. Maybe, just maybe it's me and I have to just change more because the church has told me pray more, be more, do more, have sex more. No, it's not about that. When someone does not love you as the word says to love you, the washing of the word, treating you as he would treat himself, because he would never treat himself like crap like he does you. He would never treat you himself like he treats you. Never. And because of that, you're worthy to get out. You're enough to get out. No matter how hard it is to leave a beautiful home, a beautiful life, a beautiful school system, you need to take care of you. And you also have to make the decision if you can handle the pain that your body is actually going through and the dis-ease in your body because you chose to stay. Chronic illnesses are the biggest thing. Autoimmune dis-ease in women is the highest. Why? Because we take on everything for the family. We're there for everybody. We forget to be there for ourselves. Now I'm going to stand on it again. So you put your kids on it like that, crisscross applesauce at the end of the day. Before they go to bed, 3 minutes. Prayer time, story time, whatever. Or you just have them stand on it like I am with their feet together. Now, I'm going to show you just how powerful the vibration is. So the vibration you can see is tightening up my core. Women over 40, if you have gone through trauma, you know that you have a weak pelvic floor. Weak hips, too tight of hips, sciatic nerve pain, all of that is part of our trauma and how the body holds on to it. Neck pain, neck tenseness because we hold our shoulders, we don't even realize how tight. Jaw pain because we don't realize we're holding our jaw too tight. And this, just by being on here, is helping to release trauma from my hips. Release the pain from my sciatic nerve, strengthen my knees, get rid of plantar fasciitis, I think that's how you say it, in your feet. It's balancing my hormones, it's lowering the cortisol in my body, it's draining my lymphatic system, and it's putting oxygen in every cell in my body. And as a trauma coach, these are important things for you to do every day. There's lots of people that are sharing about vibration plates. Why? Because they work. Now there's some that don't really work. They just shake you. This is vibrations. I can see the coloration in my feet of my circulation. My feet get better. So my own Raynaud's dis-ease is getting better since I've been on this since last February. February 2025, I started using it. And I am thrilled that this is the one thing that I added in this year. It has been an amazing support system for my nervous system, for me to lose that excess fluff on my stomach, for my stomach muscles to get tight, like I can see them right now in the video. My legs got tighter, muscle mass, my knees have gotten stronger. All the excess fat on my arms and the jiggly loosies went away. I don't have those waving arms. I'm gonna be 58 in 5 months. And this is the power of utilizing one tool. And when your feet are on the outside at level 1, it's like you're out for a run, like a jog. So who doesn't want to take 10 minutes versus the rest? And I want to just continue to share about domestic violence because I think it's so incredibly important. I have 6 minutes till this is over, so we're going to continue on. Friends, I want to invite you into the pain of women. I want you to, men, if you're watching this and you have daughters, granddaughters in your life, you want to go to my site and ask your church if you can be the leader of Raising Her Worth. It's a 123-page book with a 93-page workbook. Every woman wants to read it to help raise her sons and help your husband and invite him in to do it. If you're a single mom, you should be wanting to know exactly all the things that are shared in that book to raise your daughter's worth, but to raise your sons to be that kind of men. So fathers, you want to read it to help your sons be that kind of man for their wives. So they can support their sisters to only accept the kind of men that raised her worth. This is such an important movement. It took me a year to write that ebook because of my own childhood trauma from my dad, from my stepdad. May he rest in peace. The pain that I suffered through the men in my life took me over a year to heal through so I could write that ebook and write that workbook. Because it's such an important message. The people who have read it write me the most beautiful testimonies about crying and reading it because that's exactly what women experience. The reason women end up in these bad relationships are because of the men in their lives. Because the men have never been taught, sometimes to no fault of their own, have never been taught how to love a woman and love a daughter and to raise a daughter, to speak into a daughter. Throughout this ebook that I wrote, Raising Her Worth, men are taught how to pray for her, taught how to have biblical fatherhood to heal and protect their daughters, which will make them better husbands, better boyfriends. Raising your son this way will make him a better boyfriend and then a better husband one day. Women, don't we want that? Don't we want to break this cycle in our world? Don't we want to change that together? I can't speak enough into that topic. And it starts with us. Yes, it does. It falls on us, the women, because we know that we're the ones that lead the charge to the healing. God used women throughout the word to do the healing work. Hello, Queen Esther. Hello, Mary. Hello, Mary Magdalene. Hello, so many women in the word, because God uses women. And that's what we need to do, ladies. We need to take the charge so that we can help our men and help our sons become the kind of men that will change and break the cycle. And I'm asking you to just join the movement. Read the ebook, start a Bible study, take it to your church, take it to your business, teach it to other men. You work with young boys, read it with your young boys. Raise them to be men of honor, to protect and heal women. Girls have it so hard in the world today. I can't imagine dating as a teenager with how prolific pornography is, with how prolific violence is. I can't imagine how unsafe, because of dating apps are so unsafe. And we need to do background checks. We need to do everything all the time because we women are not safe because men don't honor and don't protect and don't take care of. And we need to be taken care of. That's your job. Not just provided for. We're not just your property because you pay the bills. We're your precious gift. God says a man who finds a wife finds favor. God doesn't hear your prayers if you don't treat her like a favor, treat her like a blessing. I'm just calling you out and telling you what it is. It's what the word says, not what I say. So I'm asking you to join the movement. to stand up for women and children, because it's the next generation that we need to heal and we need to protect. And we need to raise the worth of every young boy and every young girl so that they can live a life that God desires for them. They're our hope. We've messed up. We're in our 50s. We've messed it up. We need to fix it. You're in your 40s. You need to fix it. You're in your 30s. You need to fix it. We have to take the charge. The 20-year-olds who are going to have children, raise them well. Raise them with worth. And our daughters that are in their teens and 20s, don't date men that abuse. In any way, they need to understand what it looks like, what it feels like in their body. Understand gut instinct. Understand discernment and wisdom from God. We want them to have that. And that's a charge that I leave you with. So if you heard this message, you can't say you don't know anymore. Now it's up to you to take this message to the world and change it. It's up to you to take what I'm sharing with you today and do something, because God wants you not to be a hearer, but a doer. So what will you do? What will you do today after hearing this message about the reality and the truth of domestic violence, and how teenagers, before they are even 16 years old, how many of them have been molested and abused sexually and then mentally? The statistics are horrific, but we can change them, and together we can do something. So join me in my movement. Join me in the understanding. Join me in the learning. Join me in the healing and the protecting of young girls and of yourself. Click the link in my bio. Go look at my website. Go to my ebooks. Go to my course and join the movement for yourself and for those you love. Share this message, please, so that other people can learn about it. God bless you and have an amazing weekend. And I'll be back next Monday.